Good morning, it's Lindsay with High Altitude Astrology, and I'm here with the Daily Dose for Wednesday, August 2nd. The Daily Dose is a guide to help you navigate your day astrologically. And today the moon is in the sign of Sagittarius all day. Sagittarius is about expanding, it's about higher perspective, it's about optimism and enthusiasm. So when the moon is in the sign of Sagittarius, we'll be responding to the world around us in this kind of way. Now, most of the morning until 9:44 Mountain Daylight Time, the moon in Sag is going to be squaring Neptune in Pisces. Neptune has a quality of illusion or delusion, just a bit of a fogginess about it. It can also be transcending the ego. But in this square energy to the moon, it means that our feelings, we might not feel so clear about them, or maybe we'll be feeling a little bit of spiritual doubt. Both energies are looking for expression, the emotions as well as this principle of transcendence and imagination. But to work together, we have to make sure that we're not basically deluding ourselves or getting off track a little bit because we're not seeing things clearly. Then the moon for the rest of the day is going to be sextiling Jupiter in Libra until 4:55 Mountain Daylight Time. Jupiter's in the sign of Libra, and this is about expanding in the area of creating harmony and balance, possibly in our relationships with others. So with the moon, the feeling sextiling Jupiter, it means there's an opportunity here to find that balance, to seek that balance. It's generally a positive feeling time, and so a great time to really focus on anything that's going to bring more pleasure into our life or bring an expanded perspective into our life. Getting in touch with that within ourselves at this time. And then finally, for the rest of the day, the moon is going to be conjuncting Saturn in Gemini. And this is going to extend throughout the evening and until tomorrow morning. With the moon and Saturn together, it can bring a seriousness to our emotions. It can bring a sobering quality to our emotions, especially with Saturn in the sign of Gemini. This means that we're really trying to potentially sort of understand what we think about situations and to really clarify what it is that we think. So with the moon and Saturn together, it can mean that the emotions and how we're thinking about something are coming together, which is a positive thing, but perhaps it's bringing in more of a clarity or a truth, a reality, that we haven't fully integrated yet. So this is the time where we can begin to see things with that clarity or with that, sort of sobering perspective. Now, the only other interesting thing that's happening today is that Uranus is moving into its retrograde. And this is happening later this evening at 11:31 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time, and it's going to be retrograding until the beginning of 2018. So it's a lengthy amount of time. And when any planet goes retrograde, it gives us an opportunity to review or rethink the energy. And so with Uranus, which is the energy of change and rebellion and individuality, it means that we here have an opportunity to be getting in touch with where it is we might want change that we haven't recognized yet, or that we haven't tuned into yet, or that we haven't allowed ourselves to really connect with. So during this Uranus retrograde time, especially because it's in the sign of Aries, which is asserting the self, we're going to be tapping into where is it that we want change. And the other possible expression of it is, where have we been being too rebellious just for the sake of it, or too much seeking something different or change, where maybe the anecdote is actually not this kind of rebellious quality, but instead, being more centered, or being more, just cool about things. So these are the two expressions of the Uranus retrograde energy. And again, this is the time to begin to think about it, to begin to recognize it. It's not necessarily the action time. That's going to come when Uranus turns direct at the beginning of January. So just being more aware and being open to this potential idea of where we want change, or where we've been possibly, behaving too radically and need to kind of pull back a little bit in our lives. So that is the edition of the Daily Dose. Again, my name is Lindsay. I can be reached at info@highaltitudeastrology.com. I do offer astrological readings, or you can find me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And I want to thank you all for watching the Daily Dose. I really appreciate it. And go out there and make it a great day. Adios.